Good Sunday morning, everybody. Good Sunday morning. Welcome to Sunday with Spirit. For those joining for the first time, this is not a political pull, it's a spiritual pull. Every Sunday, a group of us, we get together and we form a circle and we jump up and down on this thing called the web of creation. We get to change the world in the vibrations of this web. And how we change that depends on our intention and our emotion. It's like anything to do with manifesting something into your life. You have to have a clear intention and then put it in your heart space. Find the emotion. How is it going to make you feel? So often we are jumping up and down on this web of creation and fear, and we create more fear. So today, in Sundays, we jump up and down in joy and happiness, peace, and of course, love. So today, I came across a word that sent me to the ethers, and it's Cosmovision. And it's not that actor in Seinfeld, although his vision was pretty out there, gotta say. So the Cosmovision, when we think of that word, where does our imagination go? Does it go to space? Does it go to the lower world? Does it go to the world tree? Does it go to water? Cosmovision. I mean, we could just sit with that word and journey on that word where it would take us. Just play in our imaginations. Where would that take us? When I was looking into the cosmovisions of different societies, what does a society think of the cosmos? And in ancient civilizations, there seems to be two different camps, and this is very, very simplistic. The camp is, one is of the individual, the other is everything is interconnected. Everything is on the web of creation, jumping up and down, vibrating, and interconnected. So some of the interconnected cultures that we can find, Egypt, the Mayans, the Andeans, the Celtics for sure, the Aboriginals in Australia, the North American indigenous, and some of the singular views of the world. And again, very simple. I think China, because they thought they were the center of the universe. Who else had a singular point of view? Russia. This is interesting. And I'm not sure how much we really know about that because it's so closed off. Some key ideas in their cosmovision include the use of technology for universal salvation. Whoa! Achieving material immortality. I don't even know what that is. Material immortality? And they also want to actively transform both humanity and the universe. Wow. So that explains a lot, yes? The American worldview, it's complex, but it's often characterized by this blend of individualism, a belief in destiny through hard work. Yeah, the Protestant work ethic. Work hard and you will succeed. Yeah. So when I look at the Cosmovision through the cards, I'm going to hit pause and shuffle and lay the cards out. But what I'm thinking of, where I want to go with this, is what is the Cosmovision for us? What is the cosmic vision that Spirit wants us to look at a little deeper and to ask questions on? And with all my readings, what you get is important to you. If you get a different interpretation of the cards than I offer, please go with that and write it down. And let's shuffle the cards. The cards I'm using before I go: Mystical Shaman. I am using the Starseed Oracle over here. The Star Stream Oracle. You can tell where I'm going. And the Herbal Astrology card. So a lot in the stars. I didn't think of that when I pulled the cards, but okay. Let's see what we have. Hang on. Before I go, this card popped out. And I go, oh, that's such a beautiful card. I just loved the image. Before I even read the words, I just thought, oh, that's so beautiful. And so what it says is, touch the grail. Your goal is within reach. I thought I'd just share that before we get on. Okay. Okay, are we still in Mercury retrograde? I looked down at my counter and it was not recording, so we're starting all over again. Okay, we have the upper, middle, lower worlds, and they are all tied together through the Mystical Shaman deck. This is the what am I looking at? Starseed Oracle, Star Stream Oracle, and the Herbal Astrology. Interesting that I pulled things that talk about stars. And here's the Mystical Shaman deck that will bridge everything together. Okay, so I hope I can patch all this together. Pachamama this all together. So what does Spirit, what should we think about for our Cosmovision today? We can change it. But what is the central theme that we should be focused on at this time, in this space, in this part of our evolution? First card we get, Deep Cellular Healing. Just making sure I'm recording. The Arcturian Energy, Physical and Emotional Healing. This is all about a new birth, a new transition. So this, when we drop into this space and time of a new cosmovision for us, which is probably a really old cosmovision, but we've kind of shifted from what we should be thinking about. Ooh, I just shit on myself. We have shifted from what is the important things in the cosmos to a more individualist me type perspective. And what this card is suggesting is the healing that we're going to go through, that we are going through. And sometimes healing is a little painful when you have to stretch things out. Sometimes you just need a little rest. But we are moving in a transition. We are shifting to becoming whole, to becoming healed. And the second card we get, the Seas of Minataka. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Seeing the potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. And as I said before, that I don't think is in this recording, because I didn't record it, throw these cards yourself. Whatever you get is important to you. Whatever your interpretation is important to you. When I think of seas, when I think of moving in and out, the flow, the back and forth, the yin and yang, the highs and lows, you may have a different image of what seas mean to you. But seeing the potential and bringing unconsciousness to light. I think of that word, bringing unconsciousness to light. Many times when I journey to an upper, lower, or middle world, and my intention is set for an activation of some kind. Maybe it's an earth activation. Maybe it's an Arcturian activation. That activation is on a deep cellular level. And it does not come into consciousness for a while. Sometimes it's days, sometimes it's months. So you just have to have a little, patience in how things are unfolding. Bringing unconsciousness to light. We don't even know what's coming up, but it is. And it's coming into the light, which is better than staying in the shadows. And it's the third card we get is Water Your Garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Yeah. Take care of yourselves. Take care of myself. A lot of times when I read this, I throw it out to the community, but it's also for me, I was going to say bigly. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness. What do we need on a deep cellular level? What's the seas bringing to us? When I do my morning prayers at 7:30, and I invite the community in for world peace, and the West is the water for me. It's the oceans of the Pacific, the healing waters of the West. If I just stand in those, I get healed. Okay. Let's go to the lower world. Let's flip these over. First one we have, Kava Kava. Community. So when we are in the Kava Kava, and I'm not 100% sure what Kava Kava is. I'm not as much of a plant person as I would like to be. But Kava Kava is, some would say that it's a little bit of a hallucinogen. It makes you lighter. And when we get into those spaces, when we get into the plant medicine that shifts your reality, it's important to have that community to watch out for you, to protect you, And just as a disclaimer, I am not big into mind-altering plant medicines. They scare me. And they probably scare me because in my younger days, I had some challenges with letting go of certain drugs. So I don't want to get to that place again. Second card we have, yes, Palo Santo, Guardian. And I use Palo Santo a lot in my ceremony. And when when I call that protection in, it's like community protection for me. It's my guides and angels coming in as protection. And there's other protections that you can call in besides Palo Santo. Sage. You can do Florida water. You can make your own seguro, I guess, safe space. The next card we get is patience. So our Cosmovision needs to include patience. We want things right away. It's horsetail, patience. We want things right away. We want to see the change. And sometimes that change, if it happens too fast, it scares us. We can't understand it. And certainly we're seeing a lot of fast change right now. But if it switched to a different modality right away, that too may scare us. All right, let's look at the middle world. The journey of Ilya. Nothing is absolute. Change is the only constant. Nothing is absolute. Change is the only thing constant. Well, certainly that is true in today's time. I mean, it's true in every time, but because I'm in this linear time space, it really feels like it's just always change. Huge, huge, huge. So nothing is absolute. Change is the only constant. This goes back to a healing card, deep cellular healing. This fellow was paralyzed, and he had some guardians, some spirit guardians come to him and heal him. And he became a protector in his community. And it's kind of a fascinating story where you think you're down and out, and then you find your courage, you find you're not, and you find your breath and your legs and your strength. And I think it has to come from our connection that everything is interconnected. Moving on, middle world. You are not abandoned, children of the desert. I go back to the first card that I pulled, which is the reaching for the Holy Grail. We're almost there. You are not abandoned. When we journey into these upper, middle, and lower worlds, we get reconnected with our helping spirits and our power animals. And we are able to walk in the middle world with help. We're not abandoned. In community, spirit community. And in the middle world, the third message we get is we have sacred gifts coming to us. A sacred gift is coming to you. When I think of this card, I ask myself, what is the gift that I would like to receive? I'll just leave it like that. That's a powerful question. You go, $1 million? Well, you probably won't get that. Another Lamborghini? Definitely you won't get that. What's the gift that you would like to receive? If it's material, that may not be on its way. However, I mean, it could be. Depends on what you are needing the material for, I guess. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. The mystical shaman. How do we bridge these worlds? And here's what we get. Soul retrieval. Huh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have been getting this soul retrieval message a lot. I bought a book on it recently. I'm in the middle of a course about soul retrievals. I don't feel like I personally need a soul retrieval. I may just be wrong on that though. Soul retrieval. What do we need to let go of? What's the thing that we're carrying with us from, is it generational that we need to cut? Is it a past life thing that we need to cut away? I think of Snake, as Snake sheds its skin and is reborn again. And I like the whole image of the snake being close to Mother Earth, to Pachamama. As it sheds its skin easier in water, in the healing waters of, I wouldn't say Pacific, but in the healing waters anyway. Second card we get is the mystical shaman. How do we bridge upper, middle, lower? And how do we see the new vision that may be the old vision? One of the cards in this deck, or his other deck, is our ancient future. I'm like, I love that. What are we bringing from the past into the future? And some things, that's part of the soul retrieval of how we need to cut that. That part that is not ours. It's a generational, Alberto calls it a curse. I think it's an unfortunate experience that we hang on to. I wouldn't call it a curse, but he does. How do we let go of some of those things? In our past lives, when we go back to the time of Jesus, when we go back to an Egyptian time, when we go back to a past life where you may have been on the Titanic, or, an indigenous person in the Americas, or in Australia, or in Siberia. What was it that we need to let go of? What do we need to embrace more of from those lives? We have a lot of knowledge from those lives. Okay. And the last card we get is the giveaway. This is so powerful. And especially coming into this time where gift giving is so huge. I'm going to go out and buy myself a really good gift to give to somebody. or I'm going to make a gift to give to somebody. Or I have something that I've treasured for a long, long time. It's part of my medicine bag. It's part of just something that I really value. And maybe it doesn't hold that value as much. Maybe it's time to give that away. Sometimes I think, oh, I don't want to give that away. I'm going to miss it. It's going to hurt. And then when I do give it away, it is such joy, such happiness. Okay. This is a long one, I think. I think. Many of you know that I grew up Catholic, and the masses that I had to sit, stand, kneel through seemed like forever. When they spoke in Latin, I liked it more. Then when they started speaking in English, I go, oh, is that what you were talking about? Oh, go back to Latin. I'll make my own meanings up. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being part of this community. We're in a big shift. We're looking through a new lens at the world. And it's an old vision. Thanks again for being here. Peace and love.